Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We'll jump right into Mr. Parker with awards and recognition.
All right, and tonight we are excited to recognize several folks who've worked hard to serve the students here in Scott County. Let's start with some SRO recognition. First up, we have a new kind of record, one that is a little bittersweet, but tonight we commemorate the retirement of two longtime SROs, Officer Ben Martin and Deputy Bryce Ernest. I believe Deputy Ernest was with the Scott County Sheriff's Department, wasn't able to be here tonight. He joined Scott County Schools as an SRO in 2019, and we wish Bryce well in his retirement, and we're glad to be able to express our appreciation for his service to Scott County Schools. But we do have with us Officer Ben Martin. Ben Martin started his career of service with Georgetown Police Department in 2005, becoming the first ever SRO for Scott County Schools in 2014. Without hesitation, I can say that his leadership and support have been essential to keeping our schools safe and growing our SRO program to include 19 SROs this coming school year, one at each school in our district. He was also instrumental, before I came to the district, in implementing the fast path marking system on all windows and doors, and ensures prompt response time in all of our schools in the event of emergency situations. Officer Martin does whatever it takes to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone who enters Great Crossing High School. We owe Officer Martin and Officer Ollie a debt of gratitude and are thankful to be able to honor him and recognize him this evening in celebration of his retirement. So we have, for Officer Martin, we have a plaque. We also have a retirement commemorative bowl. Here, wait, let's have him. I need to figure out here. Let's do this.
Good.
And we also, last but certainly not least, have our friends from Northern Elementary School joining us here this evening. Principal Laura Helsby and Family Resource Center Liaison Ashley Harris. These two, they have certainly, they've been great at Northern Elementary, and they're here tonight because they do what they always do. They go above and beyond to support all of our students. This spring, Ms. Emmons challenged schools to find a way to help us support the outstanding efforts of our local Special Olympics, a worthwhile and important community organization. Of the 33 local Special Olympians, 19 are current Scott County School students and 11 are former students. Schools across the district raised more than $4,000 and also increased awareness of this organization and the athletes it serves. Northern alone contributed $1,185 from hosting a phenomenal Hero Day celebration led and directed by Ms. Harris. Efforts like this emphasize the importance of community and prove that we are well on our way to making Scott County the best place in the world to live and learn for everyone. Tonight we say thank you to Ms. Helsby and Ms. Harris. If you all would come on up.
She wants to take a picture. Darling.
Yeah, she's a photo photographer.
Yeah, yeah.
She's got that down.
They can all do it, I tell you what.
Cute.
Okay, all right. Number 4, agenda approval.
I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Public comment? No public comment. Number 6, consent agenda items 6A through 6J.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Let me get to number 7, construction report. Tony? Good evening.
Didn't even see Tony back
I
there.
know, he's hiding.
He's hiding tonight.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you have goodies.
Break.
Bricks.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, was that on?
It is.
Well, I'm using the colors because I think they're official now. But so the Oxford Owls, and that's the Oxford Owls is not official, but of course that's a picture of something you've already seen, I believe, with Renee in the room upstairs. If we start with Oxford's construction report this morning. I may be doing something wrong.
There we
Yes,
go.
thank you. You can help me out there. Well, one of the things I wanted to show you was this was, we went through a few options of renderings early on with the brick and the roof colors, and this is the one that generally, wooed everyone, I think. And what we did, there were several brick options that we chose between to come up with this selection, which I believe you all have already gone through and seen, but I always like to bring them, so you can see them. But thank
There
you
we
so
go.
much. There you go. Those are the two brick. There were, to get this color, there were not a lot of options other than going maybe exactly like Creekside, but we didn't want to go exactly like Creekside. So this is just a little bit different. It doesn't mean that, you have to go with it, but after looking at several different brick manufacturers, really we felt this was the combination that best matched the rendering you all liked. So unless there's any objections, we're going to have the contractors move forward with that brick selection. So, and then of course on the interiors, we're starting to work on the interiors. So we'll have, that's something that, no, thank you. I appreciate that for the moment, but not anymore. None of these colors are set yet. And of course, we just got the official PMS colors from Renee. This is actually a rendering I showed you last time, but now we're going to be in the process of whoever Mr. Parker says, we'd like to have these people involved, including the board, we'll do colors and color palettes and a color board and bring in different samples and things of that nature so that you can see those colors. Before giving them to the contractor, we want to get your all's input and final approval on that. We did start looking at, this is the terrazzo floor plan, there's some blues and oranges. Of course, the bottom of the page is the front entry that we just looked at. We could do different options, not so many colors, but still have some colors in the front lobby. So again, there's lots of different things we can do, just showing you what we're starting to play with a little bit. As you go down the corridors, the inverted diamonds there are where the bathrooms are, things of that nature. So just giving you a little taste of what we're starting to work on now that we have the colors, and we'll be getting with Mr. Parker and whoever else is designated to kind of final select those colors as well. But nothing on, oh, that's another option right there. So we're just really looking at several different options, incorporating the dark blue and the orange, but some other grays and lighter colors as well. Now, if we go to the construction itself, of course, you can see the site was very wet that particular day, but there's been days that it's been dry. But so the big beam is over where the platform kind of stage area will be, looking into the gymnasium there. So you can see they got a good start on that. Here's a day when it was dry, and where there have not been not many of those. Yeah, not many. Oh yeah, I caught that one on a good day. And that's just a picture of that sinkhole that caused some problems. Here you can see how in an area of the building, in the area of the parking lot where they've had ruts and they've just had so much difficulty really trying to work. And Oxford is not the only place this is happening. You all know I work on Madison County. We've got a worse situation down there, if you can believe that. But it's been very difficult for them to work. But with that said, I would say that their progress has, and this is just more some of the wet stuff that we've been dealing with, and they've had to bring a lot of rock on site, which we'll talk about more later. But so here's just some more pictures of the site work. But you can see, I think some of you have been on site and you've seen from the pictures that they have had good progress with the gym and a lot of storage materials on site. I go back to something I talked about a couple of months ago where they ran into some really bad material. I know you all have a change order later in the agenda. This is kind of where it began. This is under a classroom wing, so it's not something that could be ignored. and you can see the material that's kind of very dark towards the bottom. That wasn't in any of our geotechnical reports, but it happened to be right in an area that was under the building. As they started digging through this, the further they went, the more they ran into, and the water would come in. The water was at the rock level, and it kept sinking in and kept sinking in.
And Tony, my understanding is pretty much daily. Even without it raining, they're having to,
Oh.
before they start, they have to sump that out.
That's without rain
Yeah.
from one day to the next. It's the water's under there, and this is happening. I've talked to the geotechnical, and like I said, I'm dealing with this in 2 other districts as well. We had snow that sat on the ground for 6 or 7 weeks during the winter, and then it's just been an awful spring. Unless you really like rain, which construction doesn't like rain. And it's getting down there, it's hitting the rock and coming up, and the aquifer's rising, and everybody's dealing with this. The problem is, you can either sit and wait for a year, and I know you all don't have a year to wait for Oxford Elementary, or you mitigate the site, and that's what we've had to do in the end is mitigate the site, because the water and the bad conditions are not going away, because we can't build on top of this. That water would just keep, you see those terrible, well, we don't want to talk about it, but how sinkholes develop, they develop like this, unless you mitigate the situation. Here's the next day. So just a really unfortunate situation. So what they've done, just to talk a little bit about that change order that's later in the project, UES, which is a company that did the original geotech report and then was hired on site to do all the special inspections and the monitoring of building up of the grade, have also been there verifying the quantity. And you'll notice in your change order later that they have reports where they verified the amount of material that's being removed, where that area was removed from. We've agreed on unit prices of how much it would cost for the rock to go back in, and they've stabilized an area, a very large area of the building. And some of it went under parking lots, some of it went under the back kitchen area. But I would say, of course, Mr. Parker had a good question, is, well, is this the end of it? They assured me that it was about 85 to 90% of it. So this may not be the very last of it, but it's the most of it. Of course, they've got the whole building pad in place now, but some of that water still needs a place to drain. So they'll have to dig some areas of drain. And there's a road that goes back down the center that we may run into the same thing. So just kind of prepping you that we may not be completely done, but you won't see another one like this. This is a chunk of the change, and that's the change order number 1, just the first one on Oxford.
And the thing too that I think we're trying to stress here too is that this is one of those things where you can't literally do a survey of the entire site, so you can only you've got test borings that we do, and from that gives you a general idea of what you're going to encounter. And from the test borings, nothing showed up. So, but then, as Tony also indicated, we have independent entities that are involved helping to verify, to ensure that this is in fact, it checks out and everybody.
Yeah, and we did a 50-foot grid on the building, of the geotech. So we tell the geotech where to drill, and this literally squeezes right down between through where there were a couple of geotech borings, and then we had some more out on the side on the parking lot. But again, at some point, we've got, I think, 50 borings on the site. Do you do 100? Do you do 200? At some point, you pay $200,000 for a geotechnical report, and it's just so there's, as you mentioned, these miss that section. The other side of that, this was 18 months ago when they did that, and like I said, all around Kentucky. Well, and maybe the nation, you've seen the floods. The ground is just saturated with water, and when the heavy rains come, there's nowhere for it to go. It's because it's all underground. They're creating problems like this.
I said to Diana, we were actually talking about it today, and I said to her, I think most Kentuckians understand we're living on a limestone table that's resting on layers of water and more limestone. It's constantly changing.
Yep.
So a geotech report, a year ago
from 18 months ago, yeah,
that's right. The spring we've had and the year we've had, it could be completely different. And I also said to her, 1 out of 5 ain't bad. I mean,
yeah.
When you think about the number of construction projects we've
That's
had,
right. That's right. And I've never,
years,
yes.
And we have contingencies there to cover it.
right, and we've got the
Sure,
contingency to
sure.
cover it. That's why we have it.
Sure,
And
sure.
many of our other projects, we didn't spend all the contingency. and, you know, this is just part and parcel of building in Kentucky.
And I hope you all know, I've been involved, and of course, Mr. Ellison was involved, Mr. Parker's been involved, and we've talked to the contractor and had them in some cases reduce unit prices. So the number you've seen has actually been come down a couple of times. Because of course that's always a sinking feeling for me to have to report a change order to the board. But yes, sometimes
Sorry,
no,
I couldn't miss that one.
and
Tony, we're confident that you guys have done extensive, I've talked to Mr. Parker, everybody has talked to us about all of this, and we understand there's been extensive research and attention to this matter.
great,
So
okay.
we appreciate all of that.
So fortunately, now that we're done past that, and they've got the pad in place, you can see construction is going on. And this one is just from the other day, but you can see again just how much rain and mud there is. And and yeah, there's inside the gym, but at least we've got the pad in place and the walls are up, so you don't have to worry about that. That's they're able to. We've got it's stabilized, and we'll put rock on it. And this is a classroom wing. Where they've got the stem wall foundations in. You can see plumbing in place, the vapor barrier in place that helps mitigate any moisture that is in the slab coming up through there. Just another shot there of one of the classroom wings. So their progress, considering, has been very good. This is all the way back over at the Cynthiana Road in the 62 in. Looking back at the gym. So I'd have to say with the conditions they've been dealing with, and I know you've been out there a few times and come back surprised. I was like, wow, I didn't expect them to be that far along. So we're happy with that. And a lot of, I show this just because when you get pay applications, of course, you'll see materials, and here you can see there's just a lot of materials stored on the site as well. Even though they may not be in place yet, they are on the site.
When does the opening get finalized between Pleasant Valley and the school?
That'll be a little later.
Okay,
Yep, that'll be
closer to the end of the project?
a little further down the road.
Okay,
So,
I've noticed they put the roads down, curbs, everything is in now.
Traffic.
Yeah.
And I noticed you had, of course, the BG5 for Garth is an accounting thing for you all just to officially close out. BG4 on the Georgetown Middle School, so that'll help you all move towards a BG5 so that you can, if you needed those funds for anything else. And then a bunch of Scott County credit change orders, of course. Those are all to close out the Scott County project. And then the one for, number one for Oxford there. And the one for the 96 project, I guess those were just lingering. So somehow they've ended up on here, and I've kind of forgotten what those are for. But they're not that big.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you
I
all
would venture
have
to
gone.
say those were the security vestibule, because that was kind of the last hanging
Okay,
pieces.
Couple
right,
changes on that.
right,
If you
right,
recall, that was
right.
very telling.
So that is the construction report.
Thank you.
So okay,
Thank you for
Yes.
everything.
Yes,
Okay, we'll jump right into the BGs. Number 8, approve BG5 for Garth Elementary renovations.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, approve BG4 for Calhoun Construction Services for Georgetown Middle School restroom and concession stands.
I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 10, approve change orders 10A through 10R.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 11, approve change order 001 for new Oxford Elementary.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, approve change order 03 for 1996 Scott County High School renovation.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 13, approve school logo for Oxford Elementary.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Should we hoop?
Don't we have a picture?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I was yeah.
Picture up?
There was one earlier.
Is it on there, I think?
Uh-huh. Tony has.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to put it back up real quick?
It's on
Or?
as, it's on as
Is
an
it on
attachment,
now?
I think. Oh, I thought it was right there on the attachment.
It's got a question mark with it. I don't know. It's not showing up.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah. Love that.
Our cute owl.
Very nice.
Cute.
He is cute.
Approve school logo. I'm going to do it again. Approve school logo for Oxford Elementary.
So much.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. We have our new owl.
Yay, very nice.
Number 14.
I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a cute little owl. Student achievement report. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey,
So
Stephanie.
before you, this will be a pretty quick student achievement report. I have laid out the schedule. Of course, it's tentative of all the student achievement reports throughout the year. So I wanted you all to have that in front of you. And then as always, we can always shift. Like last year, I know that you all wanted to hear teachers discuss iReady. And so we can always pivot. But this at least gives you an idea so that you can make sure that we are giving you information so as you all make informed decisions that you have everything in front of you. So August, we will go over our longitudinal ACT data as well as our AP scores and enrollment for the upcoming year and dual credit so that way you all can have that in front of you. In September, always like for Scola to get in front of you all to see how our virtual programming is. By September, she has a solid enrollment number for that program. October, we will be finished with iReady results, so we'll go over that fall administration of iReady. November, pending, we should have our public assessment data. As you know, sometimes we have to make pivots depending on when KDE provides that information. December, making a little shift, community schools and Frisk. So we will have Liz Yandell giving you an update of the community schools grant, as well as all of our Frisk programming. December is a very busy month for Frisk, and so I think it would give us good data to share with you around all the work within that programming in the district. January, we will go over our special education data. December 1 child count will have been completed, and I will go over the district improvement plan with you all. In February, we will have our winter administration results of iReady. In March, making a little pivot, giving you all an update on the instructional coaches that you all have been in support of and have made that decision. So letting you all see how that program is going. In April, giving you a CTE update. That's around the time that a lot of our CTE numbers are starting to solidify. May, of course, our spring iReady results, and then in June, I will go over the professional learning plan for you all. But as always, if you all see anything you want me to adjust, just send me an email and I will. And then, of course, anytime that you all see something throughout the school year that you all would like for us to present to you, we will definitely pivot and make that happen.
Okay,
So-
wonderful.
Can I ask this?
Of course you can.
When the coaches come, will teachers come as well?
We can make that happen if
Please
you
make
would
that
like that.
happen. Thank
Absolutely. I
you.
think that's a
I
great
love
request.
seeing the teachers when they were here.
Yes, yes. I think that would be great for you all to hear some of the teachers that are the product of some of the
Yes.
coaching. So I love that idea. Yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely.
I have a couple. Can we? And I don't think ultimately I think July is probably not the right time just because of calendars. But,
Right.
I know we've got the survey in July with Gifted and Talented that
Mhm.
we can they get a month or can we add
Sure.
them in?
Yeah, absolutely.
think
And maybe
July-
July would because
I
the
don't know.
timing of that survey is normally in July.
Right. So, if that
So,
works,
yeah,
I
that
just
would be
didn't know if
great.
The manpower's around to have
Yeah.
that conversation in July. But if they are, if we could incorporate that.
Yeah,
maybe in July
absolutely.
To get a more deep dive into.
Sure. I
where
think
we
that's a
are
great
with
idea.
Numbers and status.
Yep.
And then on the August report, I know you've listed here ACT and a longitudinal comparison. Can we get that with AP and dual credit as
Sure.
well?
Absolutely.
Just maybe 5 years.
Seeing
of
trends.
in
Mhm.
enrollment and
Yeah.
completion and
Yeah,
success
absolutely.
versus failure. That kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll have that for you in
Okay.
this upcoming. But I love all of those ideas. So yeah,
Great,
I will
thank you.
definitely make that shift.
Okay.
One more EL and special ed.
Yes. So
Okay,
special
good.
ed is going to be in January. We
January.
normally put EL in with when we do our accountability assessment.
Okay.
But if you would like, I can always find another place to maybe give a specific time
Yes,
period for
please.
them. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
All right.
All right. So gifted EL, and then making sure that longitudinal includes advanced placement and dual credit. Absolutely, and gifted.
July.
Yeah, in July.
In July.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you all.
All right, thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, thank you. Number 15, Gifted and Talented Annual Program Evaluation and Stakeholder Results. Is this just a reading? Nobody's doing anything?
Okay.
Okay,
Just an official presentation to the board.
okay,
Yep.
okay. Number 16, approval for early kindergarten entry.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 17, second reading and approval for 2025-2026 KSBA Board Policy Updates. Susan? Is that you?
Get ready for this one.
Okay.
Got lots of numbers for you. So I move for approval for the 25-26 KSBA Board Policy Updates, with the exception of Policy 03.1233, Policy 03.2233, Policy 08.113, Policy 082323, and Policy 09.122.
As an attachment.
Approve all other policies as written on the
Is that what's an
2025 Policy Update Checklist. Policy 03.1233, Policy 03.2233, really, Billy? Policy 08.113, Policy 082323, and Policy 09.122 are to be approved following the modifications provided by the superintendent.
What are we doing now?
Josh would
Can
be
repeat
proud.
all that? You
So
need me to repeat that,
essentially,
anybody?
I think I showed you all that when we got to that point. We get a checklist with all of the policies. I
Mhm.
think there's 54 policies, 9 procedures, something like that. Going through them, and honestly, I really thought we'd have more modifications than just the ones that we shared. But really, we did go through this with a fine tooth comb.
Mhm.
And in the end, some of them we thought we would need to tweak. We were able to get there with the wording that was presented. For instance, cell phone policy is one where we really didn't need a modification there. Everything that we were wanting, that we had talked about, is met within that policy. Now, that doesn't mean that if there's not something that needs to be changed later, we can revisit that. But anyway, within that, the ones that were just presented that need modification are the ones that you have attachments for that show the markup of it, of what it looked like with the new and the old, and then the taken out and all the things, and then a clean one so you can see it in a much easier fashion to read. So, again, kudos to a wide variety of people on our team. Specifically, I'm going to have to say Maria, because she's done a tremendous amount of work around Senate Bill 181 and several of the policies and procedures tied to that. So, sorry.
It's quite all right. So
I have a motion.
I have a motion.
Move to approve.
Need a second. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Mhm.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Susan. Number 18, review revised, updated administrative procedures for the 2025-2026 KSBA Board Procedure Updates.
This isn't something that we have to vote on, but I do want to make a comment relative to this. It's repeating a comment that I'd made to Billy when we were talking about all of the changes. I'm not sure that it might not be worthy for the board as a team to do a work session around this
Mm.
annually, as
Mhm.
opposed to them putting in a lot of work, and there's a lot of conversations and trying to understand, and some of it's very simple and some of it's more lengthy, and that maybe if we had an extra meeting around this, it might allow all of us to kind of dig in and understand some of these changes. And really, I don't know that we have to do it every year, but some years I think might warranted if there's more
If it's this lengthy.
exhaustive
Yeah,
in
this
terms
was
of the
pretty
changes
lengthy.
and understandings that we need. It kind of is a reboot for us to understand what's in that book in a way that we
Mhm.
probably don't dig into like we should every year.
The only thing I shared was that the timing of this is just brutal.
It's tough. yeah.
Mhm.
It's a really awkward time, and it's something I've considered approaching some of our, KSBA leaders and legislative leaders, like, can we work something out to where we can give us another month to just kind of digest some of
Yeah.
this, because again, but
It's a short turnaround.
yeah.
We have some years more so than other, again,
Mhm.
depending
Yeah,
on
this was pretty
what they've
lengthy.
been doing in Frankfurt and the
Yeah.
changes. But
Okay, thank
There's
you. Number 19, first reading of revision of policy 09.4341, alternative education. Number 20, first reading of revision of policy 03.122, holidays and vacations. Number 21, first reading of revision of policy 03.222, holidays and vacations. Number 22, approve the 2025-2026 Student Discipline Code of Acceptable Behavior and Discipline.
move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 23, approve service agreement with Class Dojo and Scott County Board of Education.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 24, approve recommended, Scott County Schools Traceable Communication System.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Before we vote, can I just go on record as saying I think this is outdated and ridiculous that the state's just now waking up to the concept that our students might be communicating with someone who is an adult.
Mhm.
And the fact that they've waited this long to require this of us, I think is ridiculous. And it's at this point, absolutely senseless. But that's just because I want to go on record with that.
Um,
And I appreciate all the work that we have done to be sure that we are fulfilling the state requirements for this because it's exhaustive and I can appreciate that. Which is also why I'd like to go on record as saying I think it's
And
ridiculous.
attorney
true,
fees.
true story. True story. We had a student very new to our district, very new to our country, Spanish speaking only. Situation happened in their home. Mother was, I'm not going to get into the details. I'm just going to say that the mother was harmed by the stepfather. The child tried to reach out to law enforcement, and because of the language barrier there, that was a problem. They reached out to one of our employees through their mother's phone. Technically, it's a violation,
Right.
but all the help that came from that situation was because the student communicated to a trusted member of our school family. And again, you know, it's a one-off, but that's where we've got to have some help with some of the cleanup on this,
It's
so
just gonna
that
be
so that
impossible to
people can't
manage.
feel
Mhm.
like they're
Yeah.
doing something dirty when they're just
Absolutely.
trying to
Just
help.
trying to help. I mean,
Mhm.
we're
And I'll
school-
I'll
school
second that
employees are supposed to be
emotion
community members.
as an
yeah.
educator because I mean we have enough going on that we have to worry about, and you know I'm going to lose my job if I communicate with the child if there's an emergency. That's or my certificate
Absolutely.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah, put me on the record for that too.
But here we are, and I appreciate everyone's effort to make sure we're following the letter of the law.
Right.
Number 25, approve to create the following positions 25A through 25C.
Did we actually vote on
I thought we did, didn't we? Yeah, because I
okay. We
did,
concluded and then you wanted
Yeah.
to go on
Mhm.
record.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Do I have a
it?
motion?
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 26, approve emergency certification for 26A through 26F
So
as
moved.
submitted.
Sorry. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 27, approve clinical education affiliation agreement between the University of Kentucky and the Scott County Board of Education.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 28, approve memorandum of agreement between Bluegrass Community and Technical College and Scott County Board of Education.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 29, approve memorandum of agreement between Kentucky State University and Scott County Board of Education.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 30, approve agreement between Kentucky Science and Technology Corporation, KSTC, and Scott County Board of Education.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 31, approve orientation and mobility agreement between Kelly Stewart and Scott County Board of Education for the 2025-2026 school year.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 32, approve contract between Music Therapy Services of Central Kentucky, Paula Roberts and Associates, and Scott County Board of Education for the 2025-2026 school year.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 33, approve dual credit memorandum of agreement between UK Next Generation Scholars and Scott County Board of Education.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 34, approve agreement with Wedco District Health Department and University of Kentucky Adolescent Medicine and the Scott County Board of Education.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 35, approve school-based health clinic agreement with Georgetown Community Hospital.
Move. Oh, I move. Thank you. I
Yep.
forgot my number.
Yep.
I move to approve school clinics agreement with Georgetown Medical Group, subject to negotiation and finalization of dates and exhibits by superintendent or his designee.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 36, approve surplus items as submitted.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 37, financial statement.
You have in front of you the June 2025 summary of cash activity reflecting our beginning balance at $77.4 million, receipts of $10.6 million, expenses of $16.4 million, our ending cash balance of $71.2 million. Of that, we have investments of $7.1 million, leaving our cash balance on hand of $64,102,911.56.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 38, approve current bills.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 39, superintendent's report. Mr. Parker?
All right. We met for under Standard 1. Me and several of our district leadership team met with the Georgetown-Scott County Planning Commission discussing growth in the county. Really excited about the relationships we've got there because this was a meeting that was inspired by their staff reaching out to us, wanting to make sure we were ahead of the curve, and really appreciated that. It's really been nice to see over the years, the growth in that relationship. Instructional leadership, we just completed our admin retreat, and we won't be accused of wasting district funds based on how we did things. But I will commend Stephanie, did a great job. We got to see some horses at the horse park and
Right.
leverage some relationships there with Lee Carter and his bunch, and it was pretty neat. Enjoyed ourselves a little bit there, and also principal and director evaluations. I finished those over the course from the last board meeting to this one. Cultural leadership, I got to participate at Southern Elementary with our summer feed meal pickup. It's structured a little bit differently with the Amen House helping out with that this summer, but we anticipate there will be some transition for next summer. We expect that we'll be a lot bit more involved in summer feed next summer. Human Resources Leadership, Standard 4, new district leaders. I've just met with a variety of district leaders. We've got Harper Rowlett coming back to us as our special education director. We've got, I think in the room, Greg Brandenburg back there somewhere. He has been hard at it. Summer's always a busy time for our maintenance and facility team. Brent Allen has had a tweak to his role, so he's been really learning as it goes. And DT, he keeps waiting for the sky to fall because everything he touches turns to gold here lately. So
Listen.
I started to get him a sheriff's badge to call him the school safety sheriff, but
Enforcer?
yeah, something like that. But anyway, he and I will say too, he has got with Commonwealth Causes, I believe me and someone talked about a donation that they had provided through Commonwealth Causes. Again, leveraging that relationship, they have contributed a significant amount of money, and of that, a large portion of that's going to be used for an Empower Her grant for female sports. So all of our school athletic directors at the middle and high school level have awareness around that, and DT's really been excited about the ideas that have come out of that. And it's just we're kind of it's like, hey, this is available, but what do you want to do? And I think one of the latest ideas was something somebody brought to the table that they'd be able to use in one of the field houses that multiple schools would be able to benefit from. So it's just been really neat to see that. And again, that's one of the things we've been big about, is trying to give people that opportunity to take risks and do things that we haven't done before. So that's been pretty cool. Christy Collins I believe is here as well. So she has been very busy and learning quite a lot this summer, ready for the start of school, to get ready for the start of school. And then Kelly Lee is our involuntary program coordinator now at the located with our Phoenix Academy and Scola over there, and she's really, really excited about that opportunity. We've got 2 new assistant principals. I think I'm hitting it all real quick for you. Randy Maynard, he comes to us from Anderson County. I'm pretty sure their superintendent cried real tears when he left there. He lives in our community, but we're certainly excited about that. And then Royal Spring Middle School growing their own there. Adam Smith, who's been in the building, stepping up into a leadership role, and he would be a success story of our Grow Your Own, because aspiring leaders is something that Brent has taken the reins of the past few years. And ask Adam, he would tell you he credits what the experiences he's gained through that with Brent as why he is where he is. And then last but not least, not necessarily a district leader, but again, just a little bit of a reminder. Again, I appreciate the opportunity that you all have given us with instructional coaches. I talked about one superintendent crying tears. I know another superintendent that was crying tears, Jessamine County's superintendent, Sarah Crum. We're buddies. We've known each other since college, but I said, hey, we're getting Anna Tipton. What can you tell me? She said, I know, Anna Tipton lives here, has been planning to move here for a while. One of the best teachers in Jessamine County coming here. And so we've been really, knock on wood, I feel like DT a little bit, like if I'm not careful, something bad's going to happen. So anyway, it's been really good, really excited about all of that. Next Standard 5 policy and procedure revision work, again, this year for reasons, I think, tied to Senate Bill 181. It felt way heavier than it's ever felt. But anyway, I appreciate all the time and your all's, your appreciation for the fact that, some of this I've brought to you kind of late, and I apologize for that, but I really appreciate your all's time and working with me and talking through some of these things so that we can make sure we're providing the best policies and procedures for our folks. Collaborative leadership. So the work that Maria helped, when Senate Bill 181 we saw it was going to be the lift that it was, Maria was charged with just grabbing it by the horns and running. And so because of her work, and then our focused work with talking to other districts, other leaders, we have a revisions list that's very thorough, and it's very easy for a layperson to understand. That has been shared now with KASA and KEDC's general counsel, who have been asked by legislators to be a part of the recrafting. So we're going to see the work that we have done and the things we have seen that will make a difference brought to the surface there. Last but not least, influential leadership. My mentee graduated superintendent school this summer. He completed his capstone at Madison County. I got to go see some old friends and participate in that, and that was neat. It was also Fred Carter. You all might remember Fred Carter, who came and helped me with mine. He was the executive coach.
Yeah.
Yes. That was his last one. He is retiring, so that was the very last one he participated in. So we got to, ironically, we sent him off a week later at KASA. They had a big luncheon for him, and it was well attended because he means a lot to a lot of people. And then last two, communicated with Congressman Barr's office around the federal funds that we had that were being withheld.
Is that what this is?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that has, my understanding is maybe they have been unfrozen, but it's to the state level. We still haven't heard exactly how we'll get it, when we'll get it. But it is moving in the right direction, and I do believe that we've got some support in his office for sure. And then last but not least, I'm a member of the KEDC executive board, I guess is what we're called. Anyway, so we had our executive retreat earlier this week and got to be around leaders from, there's around, I think, 80 or 81 districts of the 171 that are part of KEDC, the largest co-op in the state. So neat to get to, and it's a different group than our Central Kentucky group, so really good to get to share some ideas with some people there. So. And that'll be my superintendent's report.
All right,
Great.
wonderful.
Thank
Thank you so much. Busy summer. Number 40, board comments. I will jump in and start us off. I do concur with you on Senate Bill 181 and everything attached to it and the time and money that we had to put in place. And I appreciate changes. I appreciate changes to try to do things better for our students and our staff. A little concerned about how some of these things play out, and hopefully with a lot of thought in it, we're probably going to have to make some changes here and there, I'd assume. One thing I'm really proud of, though, is one of our Senate bills, and I'm sorry I don't know the number to it, but it was coming down the pipeline that we needed to do maternity leave for our teachers. And I've been asking for this for quite some time, that we take a look at it, and I know that we've been looking at it for a little bit. They were mandating that we have it in place by 2030, and I'm very proud to say we're putting it in place this school year. So very, very proud of that. Thank you for all the work behind that, and I'm really proud that we're making that reach out to our teachers and say, yes, you're very important to us. So I just want to say I'm very appreciative of all of that. So you have a newspaper with you. Do you want to start out with talking about?
I was just wondering,
Okay.
it's just the federal funds for schools frozen, and I had read that and wondering
Okay.
about an update for that, and I think I just got one. So
Okay.
sounds like we're moving in a positive direction, but I was concerned about how that would impact our services. So good to hear that that could be optimistic. Just echoing what you said, Diana, and so appreciative of all the work that Mr. Parker, everybody at central office, and leaders in our school system, teachers, everyone's been doing this summer. I've run into some of our teachers, and they are also, besides relaxing just a bit, working on some things for the upcoming year. And so I think this was, as you said, an extra busy summer for everyone. And so thanks to all for the great work that's been done. I think it's going to be an exciting start to the school year this year.
Here we are again.
Yep.
Wendy.
I just wanted to say thank you, Billy, for really being transparent and allowing us to understand as board members what we are, looking at. And I know you said last minute, but I felt like you did a really good job of explaining. And if we had questions, you immediately responded to us. That's why our meetings go so well. Because I know if I was in the other shoe, I'd be like, why y'all going so fast? Because Billy really does a great job, and so does Diana, to make sure that we as board members understand what's going on. So thank you very much for your leadership. And I want to say also, good luck to the schools, teachers. I'm in a new school this year.
Huh?
I'll be at another elementary school. I'm only 15 minutes away from my new school. I'll be at
nice.
Russell Cave Elementary School
There you
in
go.
Fayette County. So
There you go.
I'm excited about
Well,
that.
best wishes to
Yes,
you too.
thank you.
Yes. Yes. Susan?
A few things. KSBA Executive Committee, we had our first retreat, so I can say that I've officially participated at the state level with that. Learning, interesting, and had a couple committee meetings, and so kind of getting entrenched in that, and I'll have more to share with you all. I don't know if anybody's planning on attending the regional meeting in a couple of weeks for our group. If you've never done one of those, I would recommend it. I've
Yeah,
learned
they're-
a lot. I
I went 2 years ago. Yeah.
Woodford? No, not Woodford.
It's going to be
Al's-
Owen County this
Oh,
year.
Owen
yeah,
County,
Owen
okay.
County, yeah.
It's often ours.
Oldham County, yes.
No, Owen.
Owen, yeah.
Often it's in Anchorage, but this
Mhm.
year it's going to be in Owen, so really close. But you do learn a lot of those. And then I'll reiterate again the trace. I was going to say it during board comments, and I couldn't. I'll close during the actual agenda item. But I was in the classroom when Facebook and cell phones became an issue. I was in the classroom when it was the music thing, and everybody went all to pieces, and it was going to be the end of communication and the end of safety and security and privacy for everybody. Well, guess what? It wasn't. And then Facebook came around. And we were told if we communicated with our kids on Facebook that the district wasn't going to support us. And guess what? We learned how to communicate safely on Facebook with our students and on social media with our students. And the district didn't have to worry about it. And we found ways to actually bring a cell phone and communication into our classroom and use them in effective ways. Because as teachers, we figured out that fighting something that's become part of your culture is never going to work.
Right.
And how in the world our legislature is that slow to figure this out is beyond me. Because we all figured it out within a couple of years in the classroom. That no, this isn't going to work. You're not going to lock these cell phones away from these kids. Find a way for them to use them to learn. And so it's frustrating now that it's almost like we're reverting back. And I'm disappointed because I think it's just adding work to a lot of people. And I also think it's leading with the assumption that educators aren't safe.
Right. Yeah.
And they should be.
Yeah.
We should be leading with the assumption that our police officers and our community leaders, like school employees, are the safest people to go to.
Mhm.
And just like the story Billy had, I think we're sending a message that's exactly the opposite.
Right.
And we're throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Mhm.
And I'm just disappointed that we're there. So that's my soapbox. I'm also proud of us for being able to protect those first 6 weeks of motherhood
Mm-hmm.
for our female teachers. I think that's important. And I'm proud, yet again, of our team for being able to do that. And I'm also proud to say that 66 of our teachers are going to benefit from grants this year to improve the instructional
Oh,
experience
yay.
of their students. So I'm excited for those teachers to start the year off with a boost in enthusiasm. Hopefully, fun and learning for our students. And that's all I have.
All righty.
And
Thank you.
excited to start back. Hope everybody has a great first day, week, all that jazz. And your new spot there.
Coming up soon, that's for sure.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know.
Now, how can I really top all of
Sorry,
that?
I just don't have anything to say.
Just
I
say
think
what
we
she
took everything
said.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty quiet.
I would like to say another shout out to DT. I went to the coaches seminar. It was excellent. DT.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had such a good
Thank you, DT, about yes.
Yes, thank you.
I did an unboxing video. I'll post it on Facebook.
We'll make sure no district funds used in the.
I
No
know.
district
That
funds was
money-
Yeah,
used.
they were all
Okay.
donated.
Not-
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
they were all donated. Thank you for letting me know that.
Senate
Mhm.
bill was so, I mean, I understood it after that, and looking at all the coaches, and they're all really positive. They like to work for our county, and I just thought it went very well, and I would say that's probably across the county that we do have a wonderful school system, and you've heard. But anyway, DT, thank you so much. I hope I can go every year.
Thank you. Well, all right. 1 hour in. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? We are done.
For real?
Have a good rest of the summer.
My video was just a little bit.
You're good.